Welcome to my bedroom, where I read and rot simultaneously. I'm not gonna lie, December has been rough. It's cold, it's snowy, and I honestly have no interest in doing anything besides laying in my bed. And what is a better way to spend time in bed than with a good company? I mean, with books. Here are 5 books that will help you to get through the winter funk or the winter slump, as you wish. They're also pretty short, so if you want to complete your reading goals, these are pretty good books. Let's get into it. And no, I am not going to elaborate on why am I in a suit. The first book I'm going to recommend to you is Identity by Milan Kundera. As you may or may not know, I genuinely love Kundera. He's witty, but at the same time very precise and very sharp-eyed when it comes to the human nature. Identity by Milan Kundera is like a philosophical puzzle wrapped in a coming-of-age story. It's a book that will make you question everything that you knew about yourself, but mostly about your identity and about the people around you, which is what I already do when I'm in a winter slump. So the novel centers around Jean-Marc and Chantal, and they're seemingly very deeply in love with each other. However, a series of misinterpretations and misunderstandings puts into question all of what they believe in and simultaneously challenges the very foundation of their relationship. As the novel unfolds, we are forced to question our own identity and the way the eyes of others and the perception of other people shapes our identity. And I'm always interested in how other people affect our own perception. It explores the human condition, but most importantly, it does it with wit and elegance that I so love in Kundera's works. The next book is disturbing, and I mean really disturbing. Something has to stimulate our senses while we lay in bed, barely conscious of our actions. Am I right? It is a book by Fernanda Melchor. And if you know me, you know I love Fernanda Melchor. And as much as I think she's not an author that could be read by anyone, because her style is intense. And as I said, disturbing, so you would have to be prepared for that. But if you love Fernanda Melchor, if she trapped you in her style and at some point you felt this fever of discovering a new favorite writer whilst reading her, I congratulate you. You will never come back. This book is a twisted tale of 2 young men, Franco and Polo, who live in a gated community in Mexico. They're just bored out of their minds, you know? As you and I. Both of us. Like, really bored. So, what do they decide to do? Rob a house. Because of course. I also suggest the same thing. Are you free tonight? Do you have any plans? Do you want to rob a house with me? It starts pretty slow, but then it just spirals into this chaotic and disturbing, twisted mess of a tale. You've got obsession, you've got violence, and a whole lot of messed up characters and teenage boys in particular. It's like a train wreck, and you cannot look away from it. In fact, you want to be a part of this train wreck. And this book is really fascinating because I don't like when novels are intensifying the experience, you know? I feel like there's a right amount of experience to be described in the book, and Fernanda Melchor definitely is an exception because she uses sexual experiences as a metaphor and as tool to accentuate more difficult topics, and she succeeds at it. She does. As I said, the writing style is intense and it also becomes quite uncomfortable. Melchor really captures this eerie, claustrophobic atmosphere of the neighborhood. It's definitely not a light read, but it's a wild ride. I mean, you'll be disgusted one moment and the next one you'll be laughing. And this is what you wanted, right? Toni Morrison is one of the authors that I can read anywhere, in any time. Even in my bed, even at 4 a.m, knowing full well that I barely slept and am on the verge of a breakdown. I will still read her. We don't need to talk about it. The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison is haunting, heart-wrenching exploration of our beauty standards. It's a book that lingers in the mind, and it is a strong reminder of the destructive power of social expectations and standards. Piccola Breedlove, I hope I pronounced this name correctly, is a young black girl who yearns for blue eyes, thinking that this will make her instantly beautiful and desirable. She's so eager for love and warmth that the society around her is unable to give it to her. And so she thinks that having blue eyes is going to save her. And this dream becomes her escape. Her desire, mirrored by the word that equates beauty with whiteness, is a poignant reflection of a deep-rooted pain and longing that can arise from internalized racism. Morrison's prose is at once lyrical and also raw, capturing the harsh emotions experienced by the young girl and the essence of girlhood. And I feel like every girl that will read this book will recognize herself in this one. It's a book that demands to be read slowly, pondered over, and thought about, even during lunch break. Hell, this book will become your lunch. It demands to be savored. It's a heavy read, but a necessary one, starting a conversation about prejudice that exists in our society and the importance of self-love, but mostly how, as a society, we set these unattainable expectations. And I know I'm saying nothing new here, but this book is generally one of the best books I've read in 2024. I'm not gonna lie, it's getting kind of uncomfortable. In the Cafe of Lost Youth by Patrick Modiano is like stepping into foggy and rainy Paris. And you know, I like to daydream, especially in my bed. And so replacing the harsh reality of the world outside of my bedroom by Paris is quite fantastic, if you ask me. This book is a portal, and I mean it when I say it. Here, Paris is a city of shadows and melancholic nostalgia. And as a nostalgic person myself, I was immediately hooked. The novel follows the narrator as he revisits the cafes and the streets that he visited in his youth. He's on a quest to uncover the truth about the mysterious woman, a fleeting romance from his past. But the more he digs, the more elusive truth becomes. Modiano's writing style is slow and contemplative, much like a foggy Parisian morning. It's a book that invites you to lose yourself in the dreamy atmosphere, to finally forget about the fact that you are laying in your bedroom, probably for hours now, and procrastinating. This book demands you to lose yourself and to let yourself go. It's a perfect choice of a book if you want to escape into the world where you bear no responsibility and the taxes do not exist. Neither do politics. Am I right? Just be warned, do not expect a thrilling mystery or a happy ending of any kind. It's not that book. This is rather a melancholic journey, an exploration of sorts of memory and of identity. So if you are in the mood for some existential pondering, which I know you are if you're watching this video, grab a cup of coffee, maybe a croissant, and dive into this atmospheric tale. Also, you might want to visit a cafe in your neighborhood after reading this. So, and the last book I'm going to recommend to you is actually a collection of short stories, and it's none other than Margaret Atwood. When I see Margaret Atwood's name on the cover, I know I'm gonna have a fun time. Ever since I've read my first novel of hers, I knew that I found an author that I'm going to keep by my side. I always want to read her when I'm not in high spirits, and she always succeeds at letting me know that life is out there. All you have to do is get out of your bed. I'm still here though. We're good. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of short stories, I always get too attached to the characters and it's really difficult for me to move on so quickly. This is a rare exception. This did not feel hurried and I was able to get detached from the characters but also feel deeply their experience and what they had to say for themselves. I find this collection pretty balanced and not overwhelming, which is, believe me, an achievement, if I say so myself. Margaret Atwood's Dancing Girls is a collection of short stories that delves into experience of femininity and the experience of girlhood itself. Atwood explores the themes of violence, power, desire, and the fragility of identity. Each story is a doorway into the minds of her characters who experience struggles and question their existence. As you and I, from the eerie tale of the dancing girls to the dystopian world of happy endings, Margaret Atwood's writing style is both disturbing but also comforting. If you're a fan of Atwood's work or simply a fan of a good story collection, Dancing Girls is a good place to start. Also, if you are interested, my personal favorites in this were Lives of Poets and The Grave of Famous Poet. As you can tell, I like poets. So here we go. This was my list of recommendations if you needed some short and fast-paced books to end this year, because the year is ending. They are so exquisitely written. You will get through them faster than you think. And a good book is all you need if you're in a winter slump, so it's a win-win. Let me know if you have read any of them, and if so, share your opinion in the comments. And remember, it's going to get better, I promise. And if not, when in doubt, take a nap. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I wish you all the best, and bye.